we are going to attempt to do one of these turkey fan boards. So I mounted these tails from 2024 here the last 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I've always wanted to do one of these boards, and I didn't really want to pay somebody to do it myself. So we are going to find out together just how easy or difficult it is to do. So some things you're going to need: a fan, frame, and a black board. You know, I bought a piece of plywood at the local hardware store and just painted it black. And so here's the frame I'm going to use. So I've laid the frame on this black board and traced the inside edge, so I know I need to get to the feathers just past that edge in order to get everything covered up. So we can set this to the side. Next thing you're going to need is feathers, the fan. Like I said, I already had this one done, and I've traced around where this fan's going to go and found my center point and things like that. I found it nice to have a level, tape measure, pencil, and a razor blade. Okay, so we have our black board. We've got our general outlines, probably not showing up super well on the camera. We have some glue, and we have a paintbrush to smooth some glue out where we need to do that. Now, the other thing you're going to need, the most important, are feathers. So we saved from the feathers from my Indiana turkey. In here, we're going to start with wing feathers, and then we're going to do body feathers up and around. And so the first thing I'm going to do is get my feathers kind of laid out and assembled. So we've got 2 wings, some black feathers, and some the brown silvery body feathers. We also have some of those on the wings here as well. So we're going to disassemble the wings first. We're going to start with the wings down here at the bottom. I'm thinking we'll do the black feathers maybe like up until the middle point, and then transition into the body feathers for the top and around the fan. Okay, so we have the first wing separated. The right wing, as you can see here, that's the bottom of the wing, top of the wing. So we're just going to go through, we're going to clean this up and just lay these out to kind of see how it would look before we go ahead and glue them down. I think that's all the feathers we're really going to need. Something like that. I did see a video where a guy used a staple gun, so I think I'm going to go get a staple gun and staple these down. I think that'll be a lot better for the wing feathers because they're kind of curved, and then we'll use glue for everything else. We have each wing laid out. Probably have a few more feathers over here than we do over here, so we're going to slide these up out of the way and kind of disassemble what we just did, keeping everything nice and neat. Alright, we'll let that sit for, let that sit for probably 30 minutes to an hour, and we'll see what happens. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trim these feathers about to here along this board, and then I'll probably put a little bit more glue on them and get them set back down a little better. Okay, so I cleaned up the edges. I added some staples here to kind of strengthen everything up. But for the most part, pretty happy with the way this looks. This will go approximately right in here. And so we'll start to fill these up with our black feathers next. One thing I think I'm gonna do though is the bearded stuff is gonna go right here, but I think I'm gonna get these feathers to go lay like this to kind of make this a better transition. So I think I'm gonna do that real fast. And the way I'm gonna do that is, I'm gonna lay this about where that'll go. I want to run this straight down this line, like so. Perfect. All right. I like that. So the next thing I'm going to do is start cleaning up my black feathers. These are what I'm calling the black feathers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these off right at the fuzzies, right where these fuzzy feathers start. I'm going to start laying these out so we can start putting them in right in here. The way I'm going to lay these feathers out actually though is I'm going to follow a line around the fan. So if you can see this, I'm going to take pencil. You can see these pencil marks at all around the fan, and about every 3/4 of an inch I'm going to draw a line to help around here, to help guide where I'm going to place these feathers as we go around the fan. All right, that'll just help guide us in. That'll just help guide us in as we fill in these feathers. So we're going to start with the black feathers, which will go kind of from this line down, and then we'll transition into the body feathers up and around. It's kind of what I'm thinking. So as you can see, we've got some of our black feathers here. I ran out of kind of clean working space, and so we're going to see how far this gets us. We're going to start in this corner, work our way down, and then down and around so that each feather is overlapping. Start at the top so that you're covering up the bottom of the feather, work our way down and around. Okay, so that side is going to be done, and now I'm going to clean up a few more feathers so we can do this side and we'll get that knocked out. So the next step is going to be to continue these around, and I thought it'd be cool to have a couple of different feather color combinations. So we're going to continue this around, and we're going to use these body feathers to do so and to fill in the rest of these gaps. So I'm going to start cleaning up some of these body feathers and putting them over here just like we did with the black feathers here. So we'll start up here with some of our brown feathers and work our way to the outsides until we meet these sides with some of the darker feathers in here. So, all right, remember I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm a little nervous. and that's our second layer. Everything is set overnight and glued down. Just had the beard laying here to see how it covers up. There's a staple there. Covers that up where I want to position it. Kind of a funny beard. Got like chopped off at the bottom somehow. Or just didn't grow past being a Jake. So it's kind of unique. That's going to go there. Feathers are going to go here. And so what I'm going to do real fast is I'm going to drill a hole through here and screw this on. This is a thin board. Screw this on from this direction, and then when I get done with everything, we'll put a towel down, flip it over, and I'll put a couple screws in from this direction. So I saved some feathers. This is the turkey fan, would have been right here. So I saved these feathers. So they look right. So we're gonna just carry down from here using these feathers, the original feathers from the bird. So we're gonna clean those up. For those ones, we're gonna leave the stem attached. So we're just gonna rip the fuzzies off. And so we have a way to, and then we'll trim this, trim the feathers up as we need to lay these on. Another thing I'm gonna do is I've got this like leather cord I'm gonna wrap around the nugget of the beard to try to just make that look a little nicer and cleaned up. Okay, we're gonna try to mount the spurs right here because we can always take those out if we need to fix them later. Okay, we're at the final stages. So we've got some of these feathers cleaned up. We've got the stems still on them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some glue kind of over this screw head area. And we're just gonna trim the stem and lay these down and start working our way to the point where we can lay a row kind of like this across these feathers, cover up all this mess. That's the plan. All right, sorry again, this is getting very annoying. iPhone storage is full. We're gonna lay these across right here, glue them down. I'm probably gonna just turn the video off for storage use, and then we'll bring you back. All right, cleaned up a little bit. So the last thing we're gonna do is put a little super glue on the beard, and get the beard on. All right, we're gonna let it dry, and then we have to mount the frame back on, and we'll be done.